Good morning. It is day 1 of Backlist ReadAthon, which I was not going to participate in, but then I found the announcement video yesterday. So it's currently March 16th, and it's actually my spring break. So I figured, you know what, for this week, I will participate in the Backlist ReadAthon, and I'm going to attempt daily vlogs. I'm usually not very good at daily vlogs, but I thought we have my handy dandy TBR card here. Actually, I have 2 TBR cards. I have whatever's left on this. And I have my brand new TBR cart. Those are all the books that I've bought this year. Clearly for the Backlistathon, I want to only read the books that are on my old TBR cart or like my backlist TBR cart. So I'm going to go through. Actually, what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to attempt to read the first 20 pages of every book on this TBR. Except for How I'll Kill You by Rin DeStefano. If I have time, I will finish this book today. I'm about 125 pages into it. Sorry if you hear Kevin. He's being loud right now. Let's start with these books. So I did the math, and if I read 20 pages of each remaining 20 books on here, that's 400 pages. That's not even if I finish other books or anything this week. So I guess that my 400 pages are just going to be basically like start a chapter tag, but instead of one chapter, it's going to be 20 pages. That way, each book gets the same amount of attention from me. So, this morning I have about a half hour, a little over a half hour to read. And then I have to finish packing up some stuff for my foster daughter. She's leaving. She gets to go back with family, so that's exciting. But I'm going to drink some coffee. Oh my God, so good. And grab my first book to read the first chapter of, or to read the first 20 pages of. Let me see. I'll just grab one. Oh, okay. This is This Spells Disaster by Tori Ann Martin. This is a female witchy romance. I believe that one of these, Morgan, I think that Morgan makes a love potion, and after Rory drinks it, falls madly in love. So that's all that I know. I finished 20 pages of This Spells Disaster by Tori Ann Martin, and I'm still very much so on the fence about this book. The writing is really good. I am enjoying Morgan's perspective, but but I'm also not like in love with her yet. I'm just kind of enjoying the ride. But something feels like it's missing. Like the first chapter, the first 17 pages was all about Morgan being at this bar and she was taking shots of tequila, and you know, that makes her a little bit messy, and her and Rory decide to fake date for this like witch festival that's in town, and like it all sounds grand and dandy and everything, but I don't know, maybe it's too early on in this book, but I'm missing that spark. I'm missing that wow factor for this book. I'm sure it's a good book, but I think I'm surprisingly going to unhaul this one. Kevin. Hi, baby. I have read about 100 more pages of How I'll Kill You by Rin DeStefano, and I really just want to sit down and finish it because I'm 200 pages into it total, and like I'm living for this book. I'm loving it. I don't know why I waited so long to read it, but you follow these triplets who grew up in the foster care system, and they grew up partially together but partially not. Like they got separated a lot, and I think that the system kind of turned them into monsters because they are serial killers. And the sister that we are primarily focused on is Sissy. Her name is Sissy, but her and her sisters have fake identities for each place that they go, and they kill their boyfriends. So Sissy has never actually killed her boyfriend. She's just like the mastermind of covering up the crimes. And now it's her turn to find a man and make him love her and then kill him. And I'm loving it. I kind of want to sit down and just finish this or listen to it on audio. I've been primarily listening to it on audiobook, while I get some work done. But I did the math. I have 20 books that I need to read the first 20 pages of. And if we put that into a week, then it's like 2 full books and 3/4 of another. So 3 books. 3 books a day, which is 60 pages of just starting the first chapter or the first 20 pages. So we've already read the Spell's Disaster, and I am unhauling that one. I really want to finish this today, so that means we have to go pick another book to read the first 20 pages of. I'm thinking An Academic Affair by Jodi McAllister. Let's go find this book. Ended up reading 22 pages of An Academic Affair by Jodi McAllister because 22 pages is just the prologue. Like, I'm just finished the prologue. I don't know. I don't hate it, but I don't love it either. It's just kind of like But I am enjoying Jonah's perspective. He is telling us about, is it him? I think it's him. Yeah, Jonah is telling us about all the ceasefires that they've had throughout their academic rivalry, and I'm really enjoying I think there were 7 of them, and a couple of them were like, oh, well, that's silly that you stopped fighting. Like, that didn't seem like a good enough reason, but some of them were like, oh my gosh, like, he actually cares about her, or she actually cares about him a little bit, and I could see myself getting, like, those warm, fuzzy feelings from this book. Alright. This is our 3rd, 4th, and 5th book for reading the first chapter. So here's the thing. These are interconnected series books. They all take place at the college. I forget what college. But I have already read First Down. That was the first in the series by Grace Riley. I didn't love it. I didn't hate it either. It was the first book that I read in 2026, and it was fine. Kind of mediocre, but fine. So, I actually want to read the first 20 pages of Breakaway by Grace Riley, which is the next book in the series. And there's also Stealing Home and Wicked Serve. But Breakaway is the next in the series. I want to read the first 20 pages of this to determine if I'm going to unhaul this entire series, even the one that I've already read, because like I said, I didn't love it. And I'm trying to curate a library of books that I've read and loved. If this was on my shelf, I wouldn't be like devastated, but I also wouldn't care if it wasn't there. So, unless this next book in the series is way better than the first book, and like it can save the entire series. Otherwise, I'm not expecting to love it. I'm expecting it to be just kind of mediocre, in which case all of these will be unhauled. But let's figure this out. Let's get to reading. Oh my gosh. Okay. I'm going to read the author's note out loud to you. While I have tried to stay truthful to the realities of college hockey and college sports in general throughout this book, some details have been tweaked for your reading enjoyment. Please visit my website for full content warnings. Okay, so I like that she basically says that some of the stuff that happens in this book is not accurate. Is this a hockey romance? Maybe. So, NHL. National Hockey League? Yeah. A secret friends with benefits arrangement with the hockey coach's daughter shouldn't have a shot at leading to more in the sexy second installment of the Beyond the Play series. Okay. Cooper. Who was Cooper? I don't remember Cooper. Alright. So 20 pages will actually get us 4 chapters in. I am not going to lie to you. I did not read 20 pages of Breakaway, but I am going to unhaul this entire series. I'm going to unhaul First Down, Breakaway, Stealing Home, and Wicked Serve by Grace Riley. This is the Beyond the Play series. And, oh man, I know this is the Backlist ReadAthon, and technically you're only supposed to read, like, I think backlist books are different for everyone, but it's supposed to be, like, at least a year old. These books are more than a year old. However, I did get them thrifting back in October, so it's been like 5 months. It hasn't been a whole year. I don't care. I'm unhauling this beautiful series. The outside is so nice. It's just, the more I think about First Down, the less I like it. Like, it has so many issues. And I gave it 3 stars, but it's more like a 2.5 out of 5 stars. And I just have no interest in going back. I'm gonna go film some stuff, some like wrap up and checkpoint style videos. Hopefully you'll see them in April. The first day of Backlist-athon is coming to an end. I think I'm going to end the reading vlog here, but finished How I'll Kill You by Byron DeStefano. This was amazing, like so good. You start off by following, mostly from Sissy's perspective, but you get Sissy, Moody, and Iris, and they're triplets. And Sissy has always helped Moody and Iris cover up the murders. And so they kind of travel around different cities and different states, killing men. And I was gripped by this book, especially Sissy's perspective, because yeah, she's awful. She helps her sisters like get away with murder pretty much, but there's something about her that I couldn't help but love. And their backstory, not an excuse, but their backstory really, really makes sense because they grew up in and out of foster care. They grew up in foster care, but they grew up sometimes together, sometimes apart. They were moved around all the time. And foster care is something that's super close to my heart. Actually, today, my foster daughter left, which is great. I'm so happy for her. But it's a little bit hard, so it's been kind of a rough day for me. But I'm very pleased with this book. Like, not that it's an excuse, but you kind of understand. And I really, really loved Sissy. I can't tell you how I felt about her sisters, but they basically just kill men and cover it up together, and it was great. Sissy has never actually killed anyone. She's just the one that helps cover it up until she finally gets her first mark, but maybe she ends up falling in love with him instead. And then things just went wild. Things went batshit insane in this book. I loved it. I really, really loved it. I didn't think I'd be able to finish it today because I was reading the first 20 pages. I think I read the first 20 pages of 3 books in total today. And no, I'm a liar. I read the first 3 pages of 2 books, and then I just unhauled that whole series because I'm not interested. And I got to finish this book, and oh my gosh, I'm so glad that I did. So this is probably my favorite thriller of the year so far. It's still fairly early though, but oh my goodness, this one, I didn't know who to trust. Like, I didn't trust Sissy, but then like it all made sense. It all came together really well. And my heart went out to her boo. Edison? I don't think that's his name. But it also takes, Edison, yeah. It also takes place in Arizona, which is where I'm at. So it was just so good. And then just things got crazy. But I loved it. I really full-heartedly enjoyed this. It's probably one of my favorite books of the year so far. However, it didn't get me emotional. Although there were some emotional things that happened in this book. I just gotta stop talking because I'm gonna give it away. But that wraps up the end of Backlist-athon. This book came out in 2023, but I think the paperback edition came out in 2024, so it's 2 years old. But for someone who has a very small physical TBR, I'm going to count it as a win off the Backlist-athon. I'm also not using the prompts. I mean, I know there are 5 incredible prompts, but I'm not going to use them. My main focus is just to read the first 20 pages of all of my books on my TBR cart. And I think we came along pretty well today. So I will see you guys tomorrow. And if I read anything tonight, I don't think I will, but if I do, I will update you in the morning. Thanks so much for hanging out. I'll see you guys in the next video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Bye.